Secrets of Happiness, written by Tanushree Poddar. पुस्तक महल पब्लिकेशन. Secrets of Happiness, written by Tanushree Poddar. About the book. We must look inwards as happiness is within us, like salt in the ocean. Happiness is a feeling of joy and gratitude that is more often than not fleeting. There are no magic mantras that will impart joy and happiness when recited continuously. It is only by developing a positive and cheerful attitude towards life that one can be happy. For peace of mind and contentment, we need to look inwards rather than outwards. We need to find peace within ourselves because it is not available through other means, no matter what price one is willing to pay. The book delineates ways and means to ensure happiness in every walk of life. But the purpose of this book stretches beyond the visible endeavor of outlining codes of happiness. It also encompasses the need to bring in a little light in otherwise gloomy lives. Many of the inspirational stories in this book will succeed in doing just that. Dedication. This book is dedicated to my spouse who has been a true mate and friend. He is instrumental in bringing sunshine and happiness into my life. He has given me hope whenever I have lost it. He has shaken me out of cynicism whenever I have fallen prey to it. Introduction. Ah, happiness! Exclaimed my friend. So you are writing a book about happiness? Tell me, is anyone happy in this world? I think there is no happiness in this world. We all live in constant search of that elusive element. He ended cynically. Are you unhappy? I asked, curious about his statement. Not really, but I am not happy either, he replied after thinking for a moment. He was right. So many of us are neither happy nor unhappy. We are living in an undecipherable condition. Most of the time, we do not know what we want. Happiness is an intangible state of mind that is difficult to define. It is an elusive state of utopia that we crave for constantly all through our lives. Again, happiness means different things to different people. To some, it may just mean the ability to ensure 3 square meals a day. If they are able to get those meals, they are happy. To others, it may be experienced when they acquire a new car or a new house. To a few, it may mean establishing a perfectly compatible relationship with their spouse or family members. To each of us, the word happiness has different connotations. However, a state of happiness does not last forever. If I am happy today, it doesn't mean I will be happy tomorrow. It also doesn't mean that happiness doesn't have an everlasting quality. It is just that our concept of happiness keeps changing every few days. If a certain thing brings joy and happiness into our lives today, we may find something else missing tomorrow and may become unhappy. Yet again, this leads to an unending quest for the elusive quality called happiness, with the parameters and definition changing constantly. Therefore, man is in constant search of happiness. He will devour books written on the subject, seek blessings from God men, and attend any lecture or seminar that promises to reveal the path to joy and happiness. But what is happiness? In my opinion, happiness is just a state of mind. You are only as happy as your mind always used to be. If you are in a state of restlessness, how can you be happy? There are no magic wells to provide water that can ensure happiness, nor are there any mantras that will impart joy when recited continuously. It is only by developing a positive attitude towards life that one can be happy. To develop the state of mental peace and contentment, people need to look inwards and not outwards. They need to find peace within themselves because peace and contentment are not available in the market, no matter what price one is willing to pay. Happiness is not a prescription drug. One doesn't have to work hard to acquire it nor go seeking it in the Himalayas. Either it is within you and you learn to discover it, or it will never be yours. Recall the story of the musk deer searching tirelessly for the musk that smells so good. Little does it realize that the aromatic musk lies within itself. A human being also spends his lifetime looking for things that will ensure him happiness and joy without realizing that happiness lies within himself, waiting to be discovered. If finding happiness were so easy, why would so many people remain unhappy? The truth is that it is not so easy to find this elusive gem. You can achieve wealth, position, status, social recognition, almost anything, but achieving satisfaction, joy and happiness seem ever so difficult. Why? I think it is simply because we are so intent on achieving materialistic things that we just don't have enough time to discover the joy of living, the happiness of being blessed by God. We never think of the blessings we have received from Him in terms of health and life. It is only when we see a handicapped person that we realize we are fortunate in having our limbs intact. But do we thank God for making us normal and healthy? We don't, because we take it for granted. Similarly, there are many other things that we take for granted in life. As long as we remain unaware of the things we have been blessed with, we can't be happy. We crave more and more materialistic things but ignore the greater value of the intangibles. Many of my friends and family members asked me why I decided to write a book on such a difficult topic. I admit it is difficult to write a book on happiness simply because there are no guidelines, no research, no facts and figures that one can rely on. It is simply a matter of relating to the subject in your own way, relying on the heart and its dictates. But I had a reason for writing on this subject and I will share it with readers. I am writing because I had suffered many incidents of frustration, unhappiness, and disquiet for years until I found a way to deal with them. I won't say I discovered the secrets of happiness or found the way to eternal peace, but I have come a little closer to discovering it. I have seen friends grieving over the loss of a close one, seen people get overwhelmingly depressed because they have lost a job or suffered some ailment. This can be extremely disturbing for people who can't handle such problems and end up needing the people of counselors. Many of them become emotional wrecks and resort to various medications like tranquilizers and sleep inducing drugs. It is not easy to deal with the downside of life. In fact, it is easier to advise than to practice. I have experienced the life's blows at close quarters. I have seen my loved ones die. I have seen my life go through mayhem and turmoil of the worst kind. There were times when I didn't want to live anymore, but better sense prevailed and I began hunting for ways and means to deal with ups and downs in life. I went through the gamut of going to spiritual assemblies, seeking out truth, attending classes on various forms of spiritual practices like vipassana, yoga, meditation, reiki, pranic healing, etc. I ran from pillar to post seeking a practice that would bring peace and security to my heart. It took immense patience and fortitude, and there were many occasions when I almost gave up. It is so easy to throw in the towel and so difficult to strive and struggle. In the end, I overcame the reverse and turned my life around towards the light of progress and happiness. I can't claim that adversities do not disturb me or that I don't cry over them, but I get over them and that wins half the battle. No one can discover happiness simply by reading books. It needs a more determined effort than the mere reading of words. It requires the implementation of suggestions. It entails an acceptance of things around us. The purpose of writing this book stretches beyond the visible endeavor of delineating codes of happiness. It encompasses the need to bring a little light into otherwise gloomy lives. In my quest for solace and joy, I discovered some simple truths. It is these truths that I am keen on sharing with readers. I am neither a seer nor a preacher, but a normal human being with my own share of woes which I am constantly struggling to overcome. But in the process of having spent half a century in this world, I have discovered a few tenets which lead to the path of happiness, and it is these tenets that I want to share with readers. If I am able to infuse even a single heart with joy and happiness, I will consider it reward enough. Tanushree Poddar.